And then we have Mr. Parker.
As an attorney, one of the things I do is I travel around the state and do presentations, CLE, continuing legal education. And I've given, probably my most popular presentation I've given is entitled The Ethics of Social Media for Lawyers. I've presented that probably 4 or 5 times just in the last couple of years. And so I can tell you, it's pretty clear that, yeah, everybody's right, you know, what you say you've got to be careful with, but attorneys and especially judges are under unique rules. And I'll tell you, in Texas, we do not have a definitive answer on what is and what is not allowed. I'll tell you, there is, the Judicial Commission's come down with some opinions that say what's definitely not allowed, and they've given us some indication of what is allowed. And I can tell you, from my perspective, the best way to handle it is, yes, I'm on social media now. Yes, I share probably too much on social media, but I've got cute kids, and I can't help it. But the safe harbor is, once I'm elected a judge, the Judicial Commission has said that if it's a pre-existing, if it's pre-existing, it's allowed. So once if elected judge, I'd have to stop accepting new friends on Facebook.
Mr. Dale.
I'm going to sound like a broken record with everything they said. It's obviously a necessity to communicate today. I think maybe our president has taken it to a whole new level that we probably don't want to go to, but we have to have it. I teach 3 classes at UMHB, and that group of 19 to 24-year-olds, their favorite time to communicate with me is between 10:30 and 2:30 in the morning through social media. And so you've got to be able to use it, you've got to have it. But as elected officials, oh my gosh, you have got to be careful what you say. You've got to use a little personal responsibility in how you communicate. And then certainly the 4 of us, what we're trying to be elected to, it might be just to get off of it altogether once you assume the bench. Because the pitfalls and the traps, again, it's one of those things we've got to do, but you've got to be extremely, extremely careful.
Mr. Dusky.
In the context of an elected official, as an elected judge, the use of social media would have to be very, very limited. It's just too difficult to know for sure who it is you're dealing with on the other end. You never know who it is you're dealing with on the other end. And when you're a judge, you've got to be fair with everyone. And you don't want to be giving information to any people or any one person, not knowing who that person is. The safe thing, and I think the proper thing is, as a judge, you're going to have to be very limited on social media.
Mr. LePat.
24 hours ago, my wife and I buried our dog in the back of our property, and when that went up on Facebook, I think that has gotten more response than anything I've done in my campaign by hundreds of times. I think it's fine for that. I think it's wonderful that I can keep in contact with my friends from high school. I think as regard and noticing people about campaign events, I think it's fantastic for that. In terms of content of anything you're doing as a judge, absolutely not. No reason to be talking about it anywhere else. There's a forum for us. There's a decorum that comes with being a judge. There is a format that the legal system works within, and judges do not need to be, or prosecutors or defense lawyers, do not need to be talking about their cases on social media, or anything else. You have a forum, you turn this mic on, you talk to a judge, you talk to a jury. This is where our stuff gets done. It doesn't need to be out there.
Thank you. Mr. Fisher.